Coming up on this edition of Bearkat Student Media News, hear about the opportunity for upperclassmen to have pets on campus. New year, new rules for campus residents.
Also, with more freshmen and sophomores on campus, what does that mean for upperclassmen who want to park? Are there enough spaces?
Live from the Dan Rather Communications Building on the campus of Sam Houston State University, this is Channel 7 News.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Talia Harrell.
And I'm Jessica Maldonado. Welcome to this edition of Bearkat Student Media News. With the record-breaking rates of freshmen joining SHSU the last 2 semesters, some students are wondering how their campus-going experiences and classes will be affected.
Bearkat Student Media's Daniel Robinson took to campus to learn more.
Since the start of the spring semester, students and faculty alike have felt the impact of the record-breaking number of incoming freshmen.
It's more like busy on campus, especially at earlier times. Like last semester I'd have morning classes and it was kind of dead, but even now when I go to my 9 a.m. I feel like it's pretty busy, especially in the LSC too.
The increase comes alongside a high retention rate among freshman students returning to Sam Houston State.
I would say throughout the week, it kind of depends on the time of day, but yes, there are a lot more students on campus this year.
With more students, faculty and staff have had to adapt. Also, events new and old will have to adjust to compensate for a larger student body.
We just don't have the luxury of doing a fun program because we think it's fun. We really need to think through how it might affect student success, whatever it might be, because with so many students, we don't have as many resources, right? And so we just want to make sure we're being really intentional about how we use the resources we have.
These events include the Bearkat Homecoming, the annual Tree of Light ceremony, and the Bearkat Kickoff program. Some students also claim it's harder to park and that lines are longer for the retail locations inside the LSC. Others will tell you the growing pains are worth it as the university expands. More students means more resources. Eventually. From the campus of Sam Houston State University, Daniel Robinson, Bearkat Student Media.
And with the influx of more underclassmen on campus this semester than previous semesters, many are concerned about the impact on campus parking.
Bearkat Student Media's Canton McCann spoke to campus police, who tell us if finding parking has been an issue so far this fall.
Sam Houston State celebrated a surge in freshman enrollment for the fall 2023 semester. With more than 3,500 attending classes, that's a 5% increase compared to the previous fall, which was record-breaking as well. This has left many students scratching their heads whether our campus is large enough to support this influx, especially when it comes to parking.
So as we monitor parking on campus, it actually really hasn't impacted our parking facilities any more than what they've been used in the past, especially since even during COVID when parking facilities weren't being used. And so going back to pre-pandemic level.
The University Police Chief Kevin Chief Morris says the increase in students has not negatively affected parking or resulted in a rise in parking tickets overall. However, he says the beginning of a semester always has its own difficulties.
So typically we see the influx of parking citations issued at the beginning of a semester, and that's due mostly in part to a new student body coming in, people getting used to the parking rules and regulations. And then as students begin to figure out, where they can park, when they can park, when they're actually coming to and from campus, parking within that first 2-3 weeks typically mellows out.
As far as regulation changes in parking or an increase in police presence on campus, Morris says they have not had to resort to either one of those yet.
We look at other universities and how they're providing police services, and then we kind of compare what they're doing, what we're doing, and making sure that we're being good stewards of the funds that we're given and how we're providing police services on our campuses.
With approximately 23,000 students attending SHSU this year, that means roughly 29 police officers patrol the campus trying to keep it safe. On the campus of Sam Houston State University, Kent McCann, Bearkat Student Media.
Sam students have more campus housing options heading into this semester.
Bearkat Student Media's Melly Valencia tells us more about how an old apartment complex is new to SHSU.
In the fall of 2003, Copper Village opened its doors. But before it joined campus, it was an independent apartment complex.
2000 Sycamore at Millennium Square was what the apartment complex was named, and it was purchased by the university June of 2022. We needed more inventory for upperclassmen students to live on campus.
This year, SHSU residence halls have reached capacity. Copper Village adds more than 200 beds for on-campus housing, giving more students the availability to live on campus.
So we have a few freshmen that are living in that building because we didn't have enough upperclassmen who either knew about Copper Village or were interested in living there. And so instead of having them live in a study room, we're having them live in a permanent residence.
When a student mentions that they live here, many don't even know it existed.
Realistically, they're like, oh, I wish I would have went there instead of getting an apartment first because I'm worried about rent and stuff like that.
Nonetheless, Copper Village provides what many call a luxury living experience for students.
I like the fact that you get an actual apartment living space without having to pay rent, because for me, that's something that I think it's too soon for me to do, and I don't have a good enough job to pay rent. So I think it's a perfect way for students to live in an apartment lifestyle without having to pay the rent and just tuition.
Even though this is considered on-campus living, the walk to class can be a hike.
So the walk, I feel like the walk is about 15 minutes if you were to walk to campus, and with the heat, that's outrageous. So I feel like it would turn into probably a 30-minute walk. Me personally, I wouldn't walk, so it's just why I drive.
But with all utilities included, no monthly rent, and the proximity to campus, some students are willing to sacrifice. Plus, you can't beat that exercise. From Copper Village, Melly Valencia, Bearkat Student Media.
For the first time in Sam Houston history, pets are allowed in some on-campus housing. With all of the new apartment options off campus, Sam Houston is offering these perks as a way to give upper-class students the chance to stay on campus while still keeping their pets with them. Pet-friendly buildings include buildings A through I at Bearkat Village, Copper Village, and 7 studio apartments in San Jacinto Hall.
So all of our buildings that we chose to be pet-friendly are for our upper-class students only. The upperclassmen, the ones that are not required to live here, the ones that are choosing to live with us, this is a good perk for them to remain on campus and still have their pets with them.
Regulations for keeping your pet on campus with you include weight, breed, and age restrictions. Your pet must also be crated and house-trained and up to date on their shots. You can find more information on the Sam Houston website under the Residence Life tab. Some Sam Houston State students spent a recent Saturday morning to do better for Huntsville. About a half dozen members of Alpha Lambda Delta SHSU chapter drove out to their 2-mile stretch of highway. They geared up with safety vests and gloves.
As they walked, ALD members picked up trash thrown on the side of the road. Garbage removed from the highway included cigarettes, fast food bags, and a range of alcohol containers. ALD members moved up and down, leaving it better than they found it.
Coming up, a new spooky exhibit opened up in town.
And it's only available during October. Don't miss your chance to check it out.
This could be any town in Texas. Friendly folk. Everyone knows everyone, including our doctor, when we have one. Out here, it's an hour drive just for a checkup. They say we're facing a shortage of doctors, and that's one thing our state can't afford. We're so deeply bound to our rural roots, it's hard to comprehend. That's why Sam Houston State University created its College of Osteopathic Medicine to meet the healthcare needs of our rural communities and all who call Texas home. Better healthcare in our small towns is better for everyone. A new generation of physicians for Texans from a medical school that understands our Texas roots. Sam Houston State University, a great name in medicine.
With convenience comes a stark reality, the dangers of sharing too much personal info online.
Bearkat Student Media's Hunter King delves into the risk lurking behind the screens, as well as the measures we can take to protect ourselves.
I'm walking here in the real world, where there's trees, grass, even the sunshine. But many are lost in the cyber world, and before they know it, reality can set in, and it can be dangerous.
In our digital age, the lines between public and private are blurred, leaving individuals vulnerable. We leave traces of ourselves in the digital world with each click and keystroke.
Understand that once you send that photo or a video or whatever it may be, it's out there forever.
Sergeant Butterworth from the University Police emphasized the need for smarter social media decisions, including not letting people know where we are through apps like Instagram and Snapchat.
One of the easiest ways I tell people is that if you're telling somebody, hey, I'm on vacation, I'm enjoying my vacation, well, now that they know that your residence or maybe even your vehicle is going to be left unsecured during your tenure on your vacation.
Your personal information, a treasure trove for those with malicious intent. All of it can be found in online databases like these. Names, addresses, and even contact info all readily available. Organization of Social Media Safety CEO Mark Berkman sees a rising trend of social media abuse by younger generations.
There is a whole range of dangers that are either caused or made worse through social media use. This issue of stalking that we're talking about now is one of them. Cyberbullying, harassment, human trafficking, fraud. There's a long list of mental health impacts that we're starting to get some more clarity on.
So here are some steps you can take to protect your privacy online. Be mindful of the information you share and utilize privacy settings on your accounts. And remember, it's crucial to never engage in any conversations with individuals you haven't met in real life.
We certainly want, especially young adults, to really be thinking before they post content over social media that's publicly accessible.
It can be tempting to share everything about your life all of the time on social media, especially in a world that's connected by the internet. But it can come at a high cost. Reporting from the campus of Sam Houston State University, Hunter King, Bearkat Student Media News.
A new exhibit is coming to town, a showcase from the past. The Sam Houston Memorial Museum and Republic of Texas Presidential Library on Sam Houston Avenue in Huntsville is celebrating Texas Archaeology Month with its newest display. The exhibit features a series of artifacts, mainly from the San Jacinto ghost town.
The particular collection that we have from the San Jacinto town site is something that we gained access to probably 2018 or 2019. And so we have them on display here today. You have buttons and dull parts for, from people's houses of common use items that people would have used at home. Shipbuilding emblems. We have buttons from train conductor or train uniforms.
The exhibit will open through October 31st. Alongside the exhibit, the museum will host a presentation covering the genesis of Texas on October 10th. Sam Houston State now offers an Italian restaurant on campus. The Loman Student Center is now home to Postabilities, the new and only Italian restaurant on campus. Postabilities opened on the first day of school, August 21st. It's open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday through Thursdays and 11 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. on Fridays.
The menu includes several Italian specialties like different kinds of pasta, pizza, and sides. Postabilities also has a create-your-own option for its pasta and pizza, and they offer Grubhub delivery services, including the robots. The SHSU Food Pantry has joined forces with the Houston Food Bank and the American Heart Association.
Bearkat Student Media's Harry Landry tells us more about how all the organizations will work together to help SAM students.
On September 6th, the Houston Food Bank and the American Heart Association celebrated the signing of an agreement to partner with the SHSU Food Pantry. It brought a new dynamic to all three organizations.
Well, the Houston Food Bank donates a lot of food to us from time to time when we need it, and sometimes in very large shipments that we can't hold most of it in the pantry in the back. So when that happens, we kind of just let students come in when it's not a distribution day, and we just let them take however much of what we got from the Houston Bank.
Food Pantry Director Kathleen Gilbert told university communication leaders the organizations will partner to create a healthy food environment by linking research and education with the pantry services. She said nurturing our community isn't just a duty, it's a privilege we share. Food Pantry employee Jonathan Escobar supports that mission.
It's pretty good. We get to help people with free food, actually.
Free food that is healthy? Free food that meets their basic nutritional needs? And you can never be free, especially while doing good. On the campus of Sam Houston State University, Harry Landry from Bearkat Student Media.
Still ahead, some future Bearkats spent a recent Saturday on campus.
Current Bearkats, don't be afraid to reach out and welcome your future classmates.
We'll see rain and a lot of clouds over the next few days. I'm forecaster Ava Herrera, and we'll have your full weather picture right after the break.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Good afternoon, Huntsville and SHSU students. I'm Ava Herrera here with your local forecast. It's currently 77 degrees in Huntsville with scattered showers throughout the day. The humidity is going strong at 93% and my hair can definitely feel it. We have some moderate wind at 14 miles an hour and it feels like temperature of 77, which is a great change of pace from that scorching summer heat we're still experiencing. Looking around the region, we have some temperatures in the high 70s and low 80s. Centerville is at 79 degrees, College Station comes in a little warmer at 83, Groveton, Livingston, and Conroe check in at 79 as well, and finally Hardin's warming up a bit at 82. Statewide, El Paso is seeing a temperature of 76 degrees with sunny skies all around, 72 in Lubbock, while Dallas and San Antonio are in the low 80s, and in Brownsville, it's a toasty 91. Around the nation, it's 77 degrees in New York, 77 in Chicago as well, not much warmer down in Miami at 78. Denver's embracing those fall temperatures a little bit at a cool 58 degrees, and lastly in LA, it's 67. For tomorrow, we'll wake up bright and early to the sunrise at 7:17 a.m. and a temperature of 73 degrees here in Huntsville. We'll have some scattered showers throughout the day, so don't get caught on campus without your umbrellas and rain boots. Nothing worse than being in class with wet shoes. Winds coming from the northwest at 7 miles an hour. Humidity will be a high 90%. Looking at our 5-day forecast for Huntsville, tomorrow the high is 77 with a low of 65. Again, expect those scattered showers throughout the day. Friday has a high of 84 with a low of 57. Saturday and Sunday have highs in the mid to low 70s. If you're anything like me, you'll spend the weekend in sweatpants and a hoodie. Monday has a high of 83 with a low of 58 and a 3% chance of rain. That's it from the Bearkat Student Media Weather Center. I'm Ava Herrera. I hope you'll have a great rest of your week and stay dry.
Huntsville's annual Touch a Truck event kicked off the fall season recently. The event drew close to 1,000 people and allowed many kids to sit behind the wheel of their favorite truck. In a safe, controlled environment, Walker County first responders opened their trucks and their hearts to long lines of kids eager to learn how to keep our city safe and create a whole lot of noise too.
Super fun. Kids getting to look at all of our cool equipment, all the fire departments, Public Works, TDC. I'm here for the tractor personally, but we're showing off our ambulances.
Despite touching trucks, the most popular attraction was a police motorbike with 2 sirens, making it the loudest of them all. First responders extended the fun an hour to accommodate their large fan base.
A group of prospective students visited Sam Houston State recently. Saturday at Sam is a preview day designed for future students. The event was held on September 23rd. Students took in presentations from financial aid, admissions, and other campus departments. Campus Resources also held a come-and-go informational fair in the plaza.
Students met with their future academic faculty to learn more about their prospective degree plans. Students toured the campus and even visited resident halls. Saturday at Sam happens once in the fall and once in the spring.
Have you heard the news? Last year's Battle of the Band winners, The News, recently performed in Huntsville at Sipsy's Coffee House. They drew in a crowd of more than 70 people, and fans listened to a variety of songs and purchased the band's very first merchandise. The up-and-coming artists ended their set list as the crowd lit up the night.
And they had a lot of audience interaction. The sound was perfect. They were all amazingly talented, so I loved it. Just the talent of every single artist. A lot of them are music majors, so I'm sure that helps. But I've always enjoyed watching them play.
The News plan on coming out with original songs and booking more shows. For more updates on their performances, you can follow them on their Instagram handle at @thenewstheband.
And the struggles continue on the football field for Sam Houston State, but good news from the pitch. I'm Bearkat Student Media sportscaster Jemiah Cavill, and I'll have all your Bearkat action coming up after the break.
Hey Bearcats, take your membership on the go by downloading the Sam Houston State University Alumni Cat app today. Not a member yet? Join the Sam Houston Alumni Association or renew in seconds to enjoy exclusive national benefits on dining, entertainment, and much more. Now that you're in, take some time to explore your exclusive member benefits. Read the latest edition of Heritage Magazine or find an alumni event near you. Click on our travel tile to sign up and explore the globe with our traveling Bearcats, or stay connected to alumni in your area as you take your membership everywhere. Come hang out with the Alumni Association as we tailgate some of the biggest games of the year by showing your alumni member card that is now in the palm of your hand. Download the SHSU Alumni Cat app today in the iTunes or Google Play Store, or visit shsu.edu/cat app. Eat 'em up, cats! As a boy, Lorenzo Baez's playground was the streets. When his grandfather suffered a heart attack, one nurse's act of kindness changed his life. Today, he is the first in his family to graduate college, and he's not done yet. He's on his way to becoming a doctor. Since 1879, we've been helping students like Lorenzo defy the odds. Sam Houston State University, a great name in education.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jemiah Cavill with your Bearkat Student Media Sports. The Bearcats made history last Thursday night with their first FBS home football game. The stands were packed as the Bearcats hosted the Jacksonville State Gamecocks on Bearkat Family Weekend. The offense got off to a sluggish start, but once the Bearcats got rolling, they put some points on the board in a hurry. A couple long touchdown passes put the Cats up by 7. At the start of the second quarter, the Bearcats jumped up to a 21-7 lead after Trapper Panel ran it in from inside the 5-yard line. The Gamecocks answered, putting 13 more points on the board. And the 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the game, the Bearcats were up 28-20. Jacksonville State quickly drove the ball down the field to score a touchdown and successfully threw for the 2-point conversion to tie the game. This sent the Bearcats into overtime for the first time since 2019. Jacksonville State quickly moved the ball into the end zone for a touchdown and overtime to take the lead. The Bearcats couldn't respond and took the loss 35-28. The Lady Bearcats got a big win on the soccer field against the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs on Sunday afternoon. Pam Murray got the Bearcats up and running in the first minute of the game. She scored on the breakaway to give the Bearcats an early 1-0 lead. Late in the half, Lennon Porter scored off a rebound to put the Bearcats up 2-0. The Bulldogs scored late in the second half, but the Bearcats hold on for the 2-1 win. Libby Harper made her first appearance for the Bearcats and earned her first win as well. This win puts the Bearcats in a tie for third place in the Conference USA with Liberty. The Bearcats will travel to Murfreesboro to play the Blue Raiders of MTSU this Sunday. A lot of excitement on the field and on the court in the coming weeks. I'm Jemiah Cavill, and that's a wrap on sports.
You can start your journey to a healthier, stronger you today. The Recreational Sports Center is offering free group fitness classes every day of the week. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced athlete, classes are suitable for all levels.
The group fitness program offers a variety of classes, including kickboxing, yoga, Pilates, and more. Don't wait too long to seize this opportunity as classes fill up fast. To reserve your spot, simply head over to the Recreational Center's website or download the SHSU Rec mobile app.
And that'll do it for us this week at Bearkat Student Media News. I'm Talia Harrell.
And I'm Jessica Maldonado. We'll see you back here next week.